Well, last night it appears that I fucking totally missed the Xbox Developer Direct 2025. And the ironic thing is that I missed this because I was editing a video. I was chopping down footage from a live stream where we talked about things that we want to see in Resident Evil 9. And in part of the video, I'm talking about how there's not enough fanfare surrounding these fucking announcement things. So they just fucking, I miss them. I missed this one last night. So anyway, yeah, I've woke up today to realize that I've missed this whole thing. It's only an hour long. This video is not gonna be the full hour, like a full react thing. I'm gonna watch it all, but I'm just gonna like chop it down to the important bits, I guess. All right, let's go. All games you're about to see are in development and do not represent final products. All games are available on day one with Game Pass. Yes! Game Pass is fucking coming in hot right now. All games support Xbox Play Anywhere and Xbox Cloud Gaming. Buy once, play on Xbox consoles and Xbox app and PC. And it cut off before I could finish. But it says enjoy the show. Let's see. We're getting a Doom announcement. We're definitely getting a fucking Doom announcement. Tell me I'm wrong. New Doom trailer incoming. Predictions are in. 4 games. So we're going to get to see 4 games. 4 studios. So what have we got? We've got id, obviously. So Doom. Compulsion Games. I don't know who that is. I don't know what they're working on. Maybe I'll recognize it when we see it. Sandfall Interactive. Again, the same. What's this last one? Okay. Skull and Bones 2. Skull and Bones 2. The world's first quintuple A game. That's 5 A's, guys. Team Ninja.
こんにちは、超えてくもゲームズチーム忍者の安田文彦です。今日は皆様にチーム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる
Team Ninja flagship action series. Are we about to get fucking a Ninja Gaiden announcement?
機会をいただけてとても嬉しく思います。早速ですが、こちらをご覧ください。
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a sole ninja. However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Infiltrated the facility, commencing mission.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Platinum Games. Platinum Games. Right. Whatever's coming is exciting me right now. Team Ninja. Ninja experts need it be explained. How long have we been waiting for a Ninja Gaiden game? But Platinum Games are the Bayonetta creators, but also my personal favorite Ninja experience, which is Metal Gear Rising. Fuck me, imagine if we're getting another Metal Gear Rising. No, wait, that's not a flagship. I don't know.
Escape.
It's fucking Ninja Gaiden, baby. But man, it does look like Metal Gear Rising though, like in the way that it plays. Well, I mean, it looks more like Ninja Gaiden. I guess you could say that Metal Gear Rising took a lot from Ninja Gaiden.
You're open. Weak. This is it.
This looks cool.
Hayabusa.
This looks really fucking exciting. They're off to a good start here on this one. This looks super exciting, and I can really, really see the Platinum Games influence on this already.
Whatever your clan is plotting, it ends here. So you've come, Raven.
Fuck off, I will execute my mission.
It's finally fucking time. Here we are.
世界中の町人
The golden era of Xbox Game Pass. Man, they are killing it right now.
の皆さん、10年以上大変お待たせしました。 最強の忍者となり容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション忍者ガイデンのナンバリング最新作として忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。プラチナゲームズさんのアクションゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、ベヨネッタやニアオートマタなど素晴らしいアクションタイトルを生み出してこられました。もう楽しみにしていま
Fall
す。続報にも
2025.
ぜ
Out in fall 2025. If they make that mark. These guys testing on Xbox One dev kits.
ひください。さて本日お伝えしたい発表はそれだけではありません。
Now there's one more thing we're excited to announce. Take a look.
こちらをご覧ください。
Wait, is this Ninja Gaiden 2? Remake. Oh my god. Ninja Gaiden's back, baby!
My path leads through the land of the dead.
Look at those graphics.
And thus the sun sets on the Dragon Ninja plot.
Genshin, go back to hell.
All paths before me are cruel and arduous. Our time has come.
Hello.
忍者ガイデン2のオリジナル版は2008年に Xbox360 で発売し、バイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを皆様にお楽しみいただいた作。オリジナル版のアンリアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィックを大幅に刷新、忍者ガイデン2の開発いたしました。リレーなくいただけるのはもちろん、リュウハヤブサに加え、あやね、もみじ、レイチェルもプレイブルキャラクター。そして本作は本日、コンソール、PC、そして Xbox ゲームパスでこの後すぐに
We're excited to announce that you can download it on console, PC, and Xbox Game Pass today, right now. Oh my fuck, it's there. Install. It's gonna fuck with my streaming plans tonight, because I want to play this. We'll see.
発売となります。忍者ガイデンシリーズを長年応援いただいている皆様はもちろんのこと、本日忍者ガイデンを知っていただいた皆様も忍者ガイデン4の発売前にぜひ本作をお楽しみください。チーム忍者創立30周年の節目であり、本日発表させていただいた忍者ガイデン4を含め2025年は忍者の年、イヤーオブザ忍者となります。
Holy shit. That's wild. That's a fucking great start. Well, it's a great start for me anyway. There's probably people out there that don't give a fuck about Ninja Gaiden. Oh, I have seen this.
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada. At our studio, we care about world
We
building.
saw this.
And we treat the setting almost like a character of its own.
Where did we see this?
From the magical noir of contrast to the alternate history we
Maybe
have
the Game
convened,
Awards or
we
something.
draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person
I remember thinking that this one reminded me a lot of shit. What's the name of the game? Kenna Bridge of Spies. It reminded me a lot of it. It seemed to have the exact same concept where you kind of clear an area of its like corruption and then it flourishes into a beautiful, luscious green environment.
So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront of our story, it's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
Oh yeah, I remember this because as well, I remember thinking that it looks like it's part of the animation, but the frame rate is, it looks like the frame rate is intentionally made to look terrible. But then just looking at it then, I'm like, is that intentional or not? Because like when that crocodile comes in, it seems to only be part of it that is framey. Watch when this head comes down.
And larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
It is really picking up out there. Did you pack everything?
Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the...
Flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shit, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
Hazel may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old, but disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where she'll learn who she really is and how to tap into weaving. An ancient magical power that redefines her trajectory in life.
I don't like this jump between smooth animation to these framey animations. I don't like, if it's something artistic that they're going for, it's making me think that there's something wrong with the game.
Combat is about understanding and adapting to different enemy archetypes known as the manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
These haints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
Mate, it's exactly the same as Kena Bridge of Spies. This section anyway, the combat. The fact that it zone locks you when you're fighting them and everything. And they look like the enemies from Kena as well, like dead roots that make up the enemy types. That's not to say that I'm mad about it, by the way, being similar to Kena, because I actually really enjoyed that game. But one thing that I did think about that game is the controls felt a bit mushy and it was a bit too easy. So if they've taken that concept and improved on it, then I'm here for it.
Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their core and setting them free of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing health boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can enhance Hazel's combat readiness and keep on chaining her abilities. As Hazel progresses in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide which areas to prioritize. The upgrades will change how you approach combat, like enhancing area of effect attacks or refining push and pull skills to improve precision and make them feel more rewarding. The combat system is fast and responsive, built around chaining attacks, landing precise strikes, and unraveling enemies.
You mind if I take a look around?
You can see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
Artistically, we're staying true to our Moody Compulsion signature style, but this time we're using a handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation.
I don't like the idea that, like, the game looks fine. The game looks like it could be quite enjoyable. I just don't like the idea. I just do not like the idea of this stop-motion animation. I'm assuming it's not going to be like that in combat. Or even if it is in combat, I'm sure they found a way to get around it. But they can't describe the combat as being fast-paced and tight and precise, but then also that the animation is stop-motion animation, in my opinion. Because my understanding of stop-motion animation is that means that there are less than 24 frames per second. Because anything more than 24 frames a second, our eye sees that as fluid motion. So in order for our eyes to recognize that jittering response that you get when you see stop-motion animation, that is because there are less than 24 still images in every second, which is the same as describing 24 frames per second. Less than. I mean, maybe I'm being an FPS snob here over the art, you know, but I just don't think it needs it. Sorry.
Which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every prop and character. Because this folklore is open to visual interpretation, we embrace the freedom to reimagine these creatures and their stories, to adapt how they look, and to craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
We're thrilled to announce that the game will launch on April 8th, and pre-orders are now available on Xbox and Steam.
April 8th, that's not far. Straight to Game Pass, baby. I'm liking it. Right then, Sanford, what you got? Was this Italy or something?
Bonjour, everyone. We are Sanford Interactive,
France.
And welcome to our nano. We are a small studio based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a turn-based RPG set in a fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
Here we are.
Our grand adventure in game development actually started as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leveraged the latest tech, refreshed the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world.
Ooh,
I knew I needed...
I like the look of this turn-based combat. Turn-based is always like a weird genre for me because there are very few games that have captured me with turn-based combat. But when one does capture me, it fucking really sinks its hooks in.
A story with great emotional depth, gameplay that innovates on the classics we love, and a world that is completely original, beautiful, and immersive. We founded Sanford Interactive on these tenets.
I really like the look
A
of the
group
world.
friends
It's giving me
with a shared
Arcane
vision
vibes.
and the drive to make something great.
This too is your legacy. Core to every great RPG is a compelling story. And Guillaume and I spent 4 years intensively developing and refining ours. And that started with the hook. 67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased. Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
It's an interesting concept. I like it. Onward.
Expeditioners, we honor your dedication.
And I knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about earlier.
It's not all dark, though. Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko.
It's not all dark, though. On comes axe-wielding demon that flies over the mountain. Ha!
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a Jest Troll, which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation. They're fun and sort of ridiculous. You'll meet Monoko and many other Jest Trolls across the game. And of course, there is Esquier, who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
Esquier is that powerful?
He will be your mount.
Oh yeah, I didn't expect to like this as much as I am. This has got it's got a character to it that I'm really intrigued by.
And help you travel to secret corners of the world. And if you bring him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find exciting secrets.
Takes the traditional turn-based battle mechanic we love and adds real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity.
Quick time events. I'm not slagging that off because this actually looks really fun.
Intensity and dynamism. During enemy turns, you can negate all damage by dodging or parrying at the right time. But balancing turn-based with real-time mechanics took a long time to get right. During initial playtests, turn-based players often found the real-time elements too hard. Some of us are still traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies. A big part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize your character. We spend a lot of time designing each character's unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy is making every type of playstyle viable so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game. Each character has a unique mechanic. Mel switches between stances which can ultimately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Mel the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustav's complementary skills. The characters can also equip hundreds of passive effects, which in our game are called Lumina. Every character has more than 20 unique skills in their skill tree and hundreds of passive effects they can gain through Lumina and weapons. So there are a ton of builds and playstyle to explore. Needless to say, we can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of build you'll design that we probably never even imagined.
There's two scenarios here that could be problematic. So, what did he call them? Lumens or something. There's hundreds of those. They add buffs essentially to your character, right? So it's cool that there's diversity in builds, but at the same time, is there going to be a balancing issue? Because the guy said it himself. He's like, we can't wait to see what builds you create that we've never even thought of before. Well, if they've not thought of the builds, how can they balance those builds? How are we going to get like builds that are exceptionally OP or builds that are ridiculously weak? And is that going to cause problems in gameplay? I'm just being devil's advocate here, throwing out the question. Because when you have too many options with character builds, there are two risks that can come of that. Risk one is what I just said, where builds are imbalanced because they've not been tested because there is literally just too many of them to test. Or on the other hand, they negate that by kind of doing an overall balance of the game, which oftentimes can kind of be a double negative, because what it does is it kind of makes everything feel the same. So then really the only things that are affected are things like how it feels to pop a certain move, or what it looks like how the animation plays out or something like that. And those feedback responses to the players are the things that become more enjoyable. But actually, it's not about like comboing certain things to do more damage. I don't like it as much when games throw all these RPG-looking elements at games, but then don't actually follow through with real build mechanics. And that could be the worry here.
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years. That's why we're delighted to announce that Expedition 33 launches on April 24th on Xbox Series X and S and is available day one with Xbox Game Pass.
That's soon as well. It's looking good. It's looking like a good year for Xbox so far. Let me tell you that. I don't remember the last year that I said that. I don't know if I've ever said those words.
Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Here we go, boys. The running theme of this so far has been that we're getting release dates. So
hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software.
As you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on id's tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark Ages.
That was so stupid I mouthed the words.
what the fuck? Oh man, I'm so ready for this.
In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell, set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series. And if you're a long-time...
This guy was like, whoa, 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 are you going to film? Are you guys about to film me? Oh, just a sec. One sec. Sound, roll it back, go again.
...fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal, and a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again.
The movement mechanics in 2016 felt really cool, like the speed of the movement and the double jump and everything that we got. I think that I agree that in Doom Eternal they kind of went a little bit far with that. Personally, I'm just saying. But yeah, I like this. I like the old school vibe and the strafe to shoot thing that they're bringing back
to the series, and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again, just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom: The Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the shield saw. Block, throw, parry, deflect, all from one input. It's contextual, tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want every Doom game to stand on its own as a unique experience. So in 2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom: The Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight.
Fuck yeah. I like that.
And the shield saw will give you the strength to go head-to-head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created at id. But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail? Or maybe an electrified gauntlet? Or even a doom-spiked mace? That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system. All on one input, complete with combos and upgrades. And it's totally awesome. We've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created. Mean, ancient, brutal torture machines, built to butcher, impale, and shred the minions of hell with. Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom: The Dark Ages.
Right on. Man, this shield system looks fucking awesome.
And under the hood, for the first time in an id...
The parry system I'm really, really looking forward to this game. Man, I usually fucking moan about video games, and all 4 things that we've seen, I've said pretty, good things about. This is good going for me. This is a reform.
Game. We've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best. You can slow things down or speed them up. It's a Doom for all Slayers.
Oh shit!
And the gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer. We finally have for you, you've been waiting for 2 games now, to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlan, which is a mech. It's the size of a building, it's powerful, and you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists. And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The Power Fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's
I would argue against that. I think Doom 2016 is better than Doom Eternal.
as fun to play as it was to make. And make something that's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide. When Doom the Dark Ages releases,
May 15th? Mate, what a fucking start to the year for Xbox, man. All that shit that we just seen. Come on now. Come on. Like, I'm a little bit speechless. I give Xbox, rightfully so, a lot of shit. Because there's been a lot of dark years as a fan of Xbox. 2023, we fired up the year with Hi-Fi Rush, and I thought, oh, Xbox, you bubbling. Something's going on under the surface here. And then we had Redfall, and then we had Starfield, and 2023 was just a bomb. And then 2024 came around, and not really much was going on there either. Towards the end of the year, we got Indiana Jones, which a lot of people seemed very fond of. Played it myself, thought it was a little boring. Stalker 2 as well, seemed like things were on the up. And yet here we are, start of 2025. It's looking good. It's looking good. Ninja Gaiden, though. Ninja Gaiden. We've been talking about this for some time. What, 10 years? More than 10 years since we had the last Ninja Gaiden game? Just the Ninja Gaiden 4 announcement would have been enough to get me excited. But then we get a shadow drop of Ninja Gaiden 2 remaster or remake. Is it a remake or a remaster? That's unclear. It looks like a remake to me. Ninja Gaiden 4, a straight scissor between Team Ninja and Platinum Games. Platinum Games making my favorite Ninja game of all time. I'm pumped. I'm excited to play it. South of Midnight looks cool. That's the one I'm most skeptical about. It seems to borrow a lot from Kenna. But again, Kenna wasn't a bad game. Maybe they've improved upon it. Not sure about that stop motion. I hope that I eat my words on it. But nonetheless, it's coming to Game Pass day 1, April 8th. I've not got long to wait, and it's not going to cost me any more than I'm already paying to play it. This is the exact benefit of Game Pass. This is the beauty of it. And finally, I'm starting to feel like they're utilizing that benefit of having Game Pass. If they land with all 4 of these games, Game Pass is going to be an undeniable, unstoppable force, a must-own for gamers. I'm excited about that. Expedition 33. Thought I wasn't going to be interested in it. Looks really fucking cool. Really excited about that combat system. But you just never know. You just never fucking know with turn-based games. It could be a load of shite. And Doom the Dark Ages, baby. I can't see that one being a flop. I just can't see it. It looks too good. The parry system with the shield looks fucking exciting. The like tanky stand and fight mechanics look like a refreshing but nostalgic take on what Doom is. I'm buzzed. I'm buzzed for all 4 of them. You know what? Fucking kudos, Xbox. Overall, the thing that I'm most excited about is the ability to be excited about Xbox again. 2025 could be the big comeback. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one, whenever that may be.